Bitcoin pushed into an all-time high today, past 111, benefiting from a number of different things, including new legislation in the U.S. Let's go to Matt Hougan on this from Boston. He's the Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise Asset Management. Matt, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
This legislation in the U.S. is called the Genius Act, and it regulates stablecoins. How would you describe this movement forward for crypto?
Oh, it's a massive step forward. This was the second most important regulatory development in crypto's history after the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs in January 2024. What this bill does is it would create a firm pathway for the largest financial institutions in the world to operate in the stablecoin market. I think it means that a year from now, every major Wall Street institution will have a crypto-related business. That's going to grow the number of crypto users. It's going to be great for assets like Ethereum. It's going to be good for assets like Bitcoin. It's one of the reasons crypto is pushing to new all-time highs today.
Okay, so what does this mean practically for the average person, those outside of, the crypto world? What does it really open up for them down the road?
Yeah, well, look, stablecoins are one of the killer apps of crypto. They are digital dollars that move over the blockchain, and they have a lot of uses both internationally and domestically that you're going to see unlocked in the near future. So internationally, it'll give citizens of countries with high inflation currencies an easy way to buy dollars. They can access them through their cell phone rather than trying to work through traditional banking systems. So that will be a huge win there. Here in US, Canada, and other sort of more developed markets, I think they're a way to upgrade our payment system. It's still the case that we pay 2% fees every time we use our Visa card. That doesn't make any sense in today's world. Stablecoins can bring that down to effectively free. And I think in a few years from now, we'll be shopping on Amazon and paying with stablecoins, potentially getting a discount for doing that versus using legacy payment systems. It's a major upgrade to our financial ecosystem.
So, Matt, what do you think are the big picture situations that have supported sort of the move forward for crypto to gain support?
Yeah, look, I think to some extent it's inevitable, right? Just as the internet replaced print publications, and that was an inevitable change for how we consume news. I think the idea of money moving over blockchains instead of old sclerotic rails is to some extent inevitable. It was held back by misunderstandings that sort of started from crypto's origin story, but those have been updated and upgraded. Of course, there was a big political movement by crypto to lobby in the last election to install more people with crypto expertise in Congress. That has helped. But I do think this is an inevitable change. It's been accelerated by political activities, but it was coming anyway, and it will make the world a more efficient, cheaper, and better place.
Okay, so talk to me about where you expect the value to go longer term for the assets.
Yeah, well, I think, Bitcoin is at a new to all-time high. Bitcoin is coming into the world as digital gold. That's a massive market. We think Bitcoin could get to $1 million within the next 5 years. What the stablecoin bill is, it really unlocks the non-Bitcoin parts of crypto, the assets like Ethereum and Solana that facilitate the movement of things like stablecoins around the world. I think we're in the early days. This is akin to investing in the internet in 1996. I think we're going to look back in 5 or 10 years and find it funny that we were skeptical of crypto. I think we'll be using it in our day-to-day lives. So this is, a unique generational investment opportunity for people with a long-term time horizon.
Tell me what you think of the gala tonight that Donald Trump is hosting, basically sort of as a promotion for cryptocurrency. Some see it as, something that is a little too inner circle. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I don't think it's good for the crypto space. I wish it weren't happening. I do think the Trump administration in Washington has done some incredible things to unlock the potential of crypto and to make it more safe, secure, and easy to use. The meme coin activity and the internal activity, I think, sort of takes a little bit of the shine off of it. So, if it were my choice, I wouldn't have it happen. But all that said, the net change in Washington with the new administration and the new Congress has been overwhelmingly positive, even if there are parts of it that we don't find, perfect to our liking.
Okay, talk to me about security in this part of the world as well, because, people have security concerns about their investments. They worry not only about the wide swings in what we've seen in the marketplace, but also just generally holding in this sector. what do you say to them? Is it more secure now than it was before?
It's absolutely more secure, but there remain best practices. So the difference today versus where we were 5 or 10 years ago is that there are large financial institutions that are qualified custodians that have stored, hundreds of billions of dollars of assets successfully for years. These are firms like Fidelity, Coinbase, which just went into the S&P 500. If you're relying on firms like that, or ETFs from firms like Bitwise or BlackRock, I think you're very secure. But if you're using old legacy systems, if you're keeping passwords on your cell phone that unlock your crypto wallet, that's like 2 generations of tech removed, and you're behind the times and at risk. So upgrade to the new systems. There are secure ways to hold crypto. The technology has improved. Bigger players are getting involved. And if you're doing that, you'll be okay.
Matt Hougan, I've got to leave it there with you, sir. Matt's Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise Asset Management. Thanks for your time.